Hey everybody, I'm Scott Wikle. You're listening to My Kind of Country. Thanks for joining us on a Monday night. It is always a pleasure to talk to my guest tonight. He's a good friend of mine. I've been able to spend a lot of time with him, and he is one of the best singers-songwriters in the business, not to mention one of the greatest dobro and steel guitar players. I just think the world of him. He's got a brand new album out. He's got a TV show on the way. Lots of great stuff to talk to us about. And we're going to play this new album in its entirety for you tonight. We're going to talk to him about each and every track. And it's a pleasure to welcome my buddy Perley Curtis to My Kind of Country. Perley, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good, Scott, and I'll pay you later for that good introduction you gave me.
All right. I charge by the word, so I tried to get as much in there as I could, you know.
Yeah.
Well, how are you? How are you and your family doing?
Everybody's doing good down here in Gallatin, Tennessee. The snow is finally gone. We had last week a whole week of snow to play in, and it's gone now, and I'm glad. About a week is all I can stand.
Boy, I wish we had that up here.
I moved here from Maine, get away from the snow.
Well, usually when I come down there, that's about what happens. It snows. I remember last time we were down there, it snowed, so I was like,
yeah.
I couldn't get away from it either. Well, you got a lot of stuff going on, brand new album. I want to first talk about, you've got a television show coming up called Perley's Place. Tell me more about that.
Yes. This I had a gentleman approach me about doing this TV taping, and he liked my name. He said, I thought he was kidding at first. He wanted to do a show called Perley's Place, and I thought, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen on March 4th. We're going to tape it, and it's going to be basically an hour's show, a pilot show, and hopefully we'll be doing some more episodes if it does well. And I've got a really good lineup for my band, so it's got to be good with these guys playing. So I'm excited about it. Getting ready to start rehearsing for it here in a couple of days. But I'm going to be doing a few songs off my new album on the show, and so just basically a bunch of old country songs and some originals that my friend Bobby Reed wrote. I'm going to stick those in there in the show. But I'm looking forward to putting it together and getting it done.
Well, great. Where is it going to be aired, Perley?
I'm not sure. We're taping it at the famous Nashville Palace in the big room there, so it's going to be real nice. And I'm not sure where they're going to, market this thing. And I think, he's probably going to try to get some sponsors, and I'm just not sure what's going to happen with it yet. But
well, keep us posted. We'll be sure to share the information out there. And
yes.
Folks can go to Perley's website. It's perleysplace.com. We will have that information on our Facebook page for My Kind of Country. And you can stay informed about the show, and also you can pick up Perley's music there as well.
Absolutely.
We've got a brand new album out, and it's called At This Moment. 10 great songs on here, and as usual, some of the best country music I've heard. Perley, it's a fabulous album.
Thank you. Thanks. Well, the opening song is called "Hold What You Got." It's an old Jimmy Martin song, and one of my favorite singers is Rhonda Vincent, and so I just called her to see if she would do this duet with me, and she agreed to do it, and it was really exciting to have her sing this song with me, and it came out really good. I've got an idea. She had the same musical influences I did growing up. She grew up on bluegrass music like myself, and her career is going really, really good right now. So she came over and did this duet with me, and it came out really, really great.
And that's a great song. I remember Jimmy Martin recorded that way back in 1958.
58, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but I've been doing that song for a long time, and people always liked it. So she was great enough to come over and sing it with me, and oh my word, she did a great job.
Hold what you got, I'm a coming home, baby. Hold what you got. I don't mean maybe, been a thinking about you, and I'm on my way. Don't sell the house and don't wreck the car. Stay there, honey, right where you are. If you hold what you got, I'm a coming home to stay. Well, in my mind, I can see it's a mighty good sign that I need you, that's why I can't wait to get back home. So squeeze yourself real good and tight, 'cause I'll be home before daylight. If you hold what you got, I'm a coming home to stay. Hold what you got, I'm a coming home, baby. Hold what you got. I don't mean maybe, been thinking about you, and I'm on my way. Don't sell the house and don't wreck the car. Stay there, honey, right where you are. If you hold what you got, I'm a coming home to stay.
Been too lonely, been too much grieving. When I get back, honey, this time I'm gonna stay. We won't fuss and we won't fight, and this time things are gonna be alright. If you hold what you got, I'm a coming home to stay. Hold what you got, I'm a coming home, baby. Hold what you got. I don't mean maybe, been thinking about you, and I'm on my way. Don't sell the house and don't wreck the car. Stay there, honey, right where you are. If you hold what you got, I'm a coming home to stay. If you hold what you got, I'm a coming home to stay.
Another great duet on here is with your beautiful wife, Erin Hay, and you guys did a song together, If I'm Not Already Crazy.
Yes. Yeah, it's come out really good too, and we sang that on the old-fashioned way on one mic, did it together, and sang it down, and it really came out good. And I think I've got Hank Singer on fiddle on that one. A lot of fiddle in that song, and Hank did a great job.
I remember him. I met him one time. He was working for George Jones, and I had a chance to meet him. He's great. Yep.
Yeah, he's worked with a bunch of them. He's a great fiddle player.
Now, who wrote that song, Perley?
That song was written by Suzanne Ragsdale. Yeah, and it's written by Berlin Thompson and Suzanne Ragsdale, and it really came out good.
Yeah, it's a great song. You and Erin have a fabulous duets album out available together on your website, perleysplace.com, yes. And we had you on the show a while back, both of you. We did a feature on that. That was fun.
Yep. Yeah, that album is also for sale on my website if anybody wants to go there.
All right, that's perleysplace.com. We'll make sure and have that information posted for you folks, and you can go there and check that out.
I'm walking down this empty street. I don't know where I am, where I'm going. I keep turning corners to keep the pain that follows me confused. I'm talking to myself so I don't hear your voice on every wind that's blowing. And if I'm not already crazy, my mind is all that I have left to lose. Gone without a warning. The thing I love the most
what he couldn't tell me, heaven only knows. This hour of the morning, as I stumble on, I can almost hear my spirit breaking with the dawn. I'm walking down this empty street, I don't know where I am or where I'm going. I keep turning corners to keep the pain that follows me confused. And I'm talking to myself so I don't hear your voice on every wind that's blowing. And if I'm not already crazy, my mind is all that I have left to lose. Out here in the darkness, the shadows come to life. How long can I balance on the sharp edge of the night? And I'm walking down this empty street, I don't know where I am or where I'm going. I keep turning corners to keep the pain that follows me confused. I'm talking to myself so I don't hear your voice on every wind that's blowing. And if I'm not already crazy, my mind is all that I have left to lose. If I'm not already crazy, my mind is all that I have left to lose.
One of the songs that I remember Haggard doing when I was a kid, he had a song on an album called "If We Make It Through December," and that's called "I'll Break Out Again Tonight." And I heard you sing this song one time at one of the shows we were at, and I was amazed that you did it. And I've always loved the song, and I know that it's a Whitey Schaefer song, and I know Daryl McCall's recorded it. It's just a great song. But tell me the story behind this one.
Yeah, and I've heard Johnny Paycheck do it too. He did a great job on it. But yeah, "I'll Break Out Tonight" is a Whitey Schaefer song, and I actually learned that song from Merle Haggard. I heard Merle's version of it years ago, and I love those old. It's my style of song there. It's a really great song. So I've basically been doing it quite a few years now, but that's the version that I learned it from, Merle's version.
Yeah, me too. That's the one I remember the most. And I don't think Lefty ever recorded the song, but he should have. I know Whitey wrote it.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if Lefty could have done it too.
I know. Can you imagine Lefty Frizzell singing that? Wow.
Man alive. Well, your version stands right up there, buddy, and we're going to play it for our listeners tonight.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Slowly the long day turns tonight. Soon they'll switch off the prison lights, and in my cell I'm making plans to be at home with you again. These walls and bars can't hold a dreaming man, so I'll be home to tuck the babies in. They can chain my body, but not my mind. So I'll break out again tonight. The warden thinks I'm in for life. All he's ever seen me wear is stripes. He don't know about my blue suit and my tie that I wear when I'm with you each night. These walls and bars can't hold a dreaming man, so I'll be home to tuck the babies in. They can chain my body, but not my mind. So I'll break out again tonight. So I'll break out again tonight.
Well, one of the things I like about you is you have such a knowledge of country music history and its songs, and you have a tendency to reach back and find some songs that are kind of forgotten by time and just bring them back again. And there's a song I had to dig on this one because I remembered the song, but I couldn't quite place it. And I found a 45 by a lady by the name of Donna Harris on ABC Records, and it was from 1966, and the song is called "If You Think You've Reached the Bottom." And you did a great version of this. How did you find that song?
Is that not a great song?
Oh man!
I think I'm the only one that sings that song. I've never heard anybody do it, and I got that song from a record years ago. I mean, when I was a kid, and I learned that song, and nobody's ever heard it. Whenever I do it, they just think it's a great song, but nobody's ever heard it. And you're right, I got it from a lady named Donna Harris, and it was on a compilation album with a bunch of other artists. The Wilburn Brothers, there's different ones, but I've tried to get some research on Donna Harris because I loved her voice, and I don't know if you can't find much info on her, but she's the one that recorded that song. It's the only one that I know of, but that song really, really came out well on this album too.
So your life is all mixed up the way I warned you it would be. Your fair weather friends are nowhere to be found. You're starting now to understand the hurt you did to me. If you think you've reached the bottom, just look down. I'm much lower Still I'd be fool enough to go and take you back again. If you think you've reached the bottom, just look down. Well, pride can't live here where I am, so leave it all behind and watch out for my heart there on the ground. The ways plainly marked in flames, a burning memory. If you think you've reached the bottom, just look down. I'm much lower than the dirt is where you walked all over me. I look up to see where you kicked me around. Still I'd be fool enough to go and take you back again. If you think you've reached the bottom, just look down. If you think you've reached the bottom, just look down.
You can't get much more traditional country than that one.
No, that's for sure. I love songs like that, and I play a lot of them on my show, and I tell people I will never run out of material. There are so many great album tracks that never got airplay, never became hits for whatever reason, that are just fantastic. And I love that you've done that on this album with some of these songs. You brought them back, and for a whole new generation to hear.
Yeah, and I love that too. Taking I got a lot of old 45s, and there was a the 45 of Love's Gonna Live Here, Buck Owens.
Mm-hmm.
On the flip side of that was Getting Used to Losing You.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And I do that steel shows, and a lot of people have never heard that song, but that's some of the records. The B side was better than the A side, I thought.
Yeah, I think you're right. Another song in that same vein of songs that were kind of lost to time and were never big hits, but you brought them back again. Merle Haggard wrote a song called "If You Want to Be My Woman," and he originally put it on the Lonesome Fugitive album back in the 60s, and then he re-recorded it for an album called 501 Blues in the 80s, and I don't think it was ever really a big hit for him, but again, here you've brought it back.
Yes, and I listened. I learned that from him on the old Capitol recordings. Back in was it 60s when he did that.
Yep.
And so I always liked that song, and I added a saxophone to it on this album, and it really came off good. So that's another one I'm going to put in my show on the 4th too. So.
Oh, that's great. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is John Heinrich playing sax on that. Am I correct?
Yes. Yep. John came in and did a great job. He played on that, and At This Moment, the title of the album.
Oh, he's a fabulous musician. Folks that are not familiar with John, he plays on the road with Ronnie Millsap as well. And
yes, plays steel and saxophone. And saxophone is really his instrument. Boy, he really is good.
He is really good, no doubt about it. While we're on that subject, let's talk about some of the great players on here. I know Eugene Moles is on here, and you mentioned Hank Singer earlier, and of course you're playing steel guitar and dobro. You got some other good steel players on here too, I recognized.
Yes, I got a whole slew of people on here. I got Doug Jernigan's playing some steel, and I'm doing some of the steel on it, and I got a bunch of different fiddle players. I got Aubrey Haney's on one, and Glenn Duncan, Jordan Larson, he's going to be playing fiddle on the show coming up. Hank Singer, of course, Eugene. He's my number one guy. I love his. He grew up in Bakersfield. He's got all that Bakersfield history behind him. That sound, and so I usually try to get Eugene to do my lead work whenever I can, and You know, he grew up there with Merle, and actually picked with Merle and Buck when he was just a kid. So while I was growing up listening to those guys, he was actually playing for them. We're about the same age. So yeah, I love old Eugene. He's really good. So, you know, I got other guys like on acoustic on this album. I got Mike Baker and Greg Galbraith. I mean, these guys, there's so many great guitar players, but they're all super guitar players.
Eddie Anderson playing drums. Eddie's wife, Anita Stapleton, has been on my show quite a bit. She is a big favorite of ours here. My daughter really loves her music.
Oh, yes. What a great singer.
She sure is.
And Eddie can't get much better drummer, Eddie Anderson. I try to get all these great players, try to make me sound good, and that's quite a job.
You like riding in the country in my Cadillac. When I try to kiss you, you keep on pushing me back. You say you like to party on the money that I earn, but you refuse to give me something equal in return. Don't look at me like maybe you don't understand. If you wanna be my woman, then you know you've got to let me be your man. You say you're from the country, but I know it ain't true. You try to play it smart, look so innocent too. You say I need a ring to get the loving that I need. Can't you give me just a sample on before I sign the deed? Don't look at me like, baby, you don't understand. If you wanna be my woman, then you know you've got to let me be your man.
Folks, we're talking to Perley Curtis today. He's got a brand new album called At This Moment. You can go to perleysplace.com and pick this up along with some of Perley's other fantastic albums. And you can also visit our YouTube channel, our archive. We have several interviews with Perley in there, so you can go back and check those out as well. And Perley, I was very surprised, I'll admit I was a little apprehensive when I first saw that you did Billy Vera's song called "At This Moment." It's the title. I thought that ain't a country song, but you know what? The way you did it, it is a country song.
Yeah. I was a little tentative about bringing that song in, to the session because it's everything else was so country, But I just always loved that song from the first time I heard it, and Billy Vera's song, and I think this song has been like a hit a couple times. But it's just such a great song, so I thought, well, I'll sing it and see how country it comes out when I do it.
It certainly did. You really did a great job on it. I was pleasantly surprised, I got to tell you.
Yeah, that'll be on my. I'm going to do that on my TV show also.
What did you think I would do at this moment when you're standing before me with tears in your eyes, trying to tell me that you have found you another and you just don't love me no more? What did you think I would say at this moment when I'm faced with the knowledge that you just don't love me? Did you think I would curse you or say things to hurt you? 'Cause you just don't love me no more. Did you think I could hurt you or raise my hand to you? Oh, come on, you know me too well. And how could I hurt you when, darling, I love you? And you know I'd never hurt you. What do you think I would give at this moment if you'd stay? I'd subtract 20 years from my life. I'd fall down on my knees and I'd kiss the ground you walked on if I could just hold you again. I'd fall down on my knees and I'd kiss the ground you walked on, baby, if I could just hold you. If I could just hold you. If I could just hold you again.
Well, you mentioned Bobby Reed earlier, and he wrote some great songs on this. And one of them is called "You Make Life So Beautiful."
Yes, yep. He's got let's see, 1, 2. I think there's 3 songs on here that he wrote. 4 songs. He's such a great writer. I don't know how he does it. And he literally has thousands of songs, and I've not heard a bad one. And Jimmy's Hands, and I Pray We All Make It Home. That's the cut that's on here that he wrote with Larry Cordell.
Oh, wow.
And actually, Larry came in and sang harmony on that song, so kind of got a duet with Larry Cordell, too.
Oh, that's great.
No, he came in and sang some harmony, and he sounded so good. And then I had Aubrey Haney come and play fiddle on that song. He's one of my favorite fiddle players. He plays with Carl Jackson and the boys down there at the Station Inn.
And Perley, I know you're playing at Music City Bar and Grill and Nashville Palace. And what's your schedule like right now?
Yeah, right now I'm playing on Friday evenings at the Music City Bar and Grill. And then Tuesdays I'm playing at the scoreboard right across the parking lot. So I get 2 nights a week I'm playing and keeping my chops up a little bit.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Make sure if you're in Nashville, check him out, man. I'll tell you, fabulous real country music, and it can still be heard in Nashville. I know a lot of the places downtown they are going toward the new country, but these places like Music City Bar and Grill, Nashville Palace, and the Scoreboard are still doing traditional country. And if there's traditional country going on, I can pretty much guarantee you Perley Curtis is going to be right in the middle of it.
That's right. That's why I'm not downtown much. I don't go down there too much because I'd rather be up on this side where there's real country music being played.
Amen to that. We're going to take a little break here and play those songs we talked about from Perley Curtis, and we got one more to talk about. Stay with us. It's Perley'sPlace.com. The album is called At This Moment, and we'll be back to talk to Perley Curtis some more as My Kind of Country continues.
All the pleasures I have known before you came along couldn't fill 1 hour of love you've given me. I owe you everything these 2 working hands can bring, 'cause you make life so beautiful for me. Sometimes the world gets tough and it seems there's not enough when payday comes to make ends on me. But you just smile and say, we'll make it anyway. And you make life so beautiful for me. When I lose sight of my dreams, you always make me see. You turn my coldest winds to summer breeze. You never wear a frown, you're up even when we're down. And you make life so beautiful for me. Side of my dreams, you always make me see. You turn my coldest wind to summer breeze. You never wear a frown, you're up even when we're down. You make life so beautiful for me. You never wear a frown, you're up even when we're down. You make life so beautiful for me. Cause you make life so beautiful for me. Jimmy was a preacher's son, raised in Baton Rouge. He grew up on the gospel, yet he couldn't tell the truth. And he thought life was better if you take and never give. He bent the 10 Commandments till they fit the way he lived. He traveled around the country, always running a scam based on the Bible and the blood of the Lamb. He learned as just a boy how people feared for their souls. He learned how to turn people's fear into gold. But Jimmy never met up with the Lord face to face. He never felt the touch of His mighty saving grace. One night in West Virginia, he knew beyond a doubt, he felt the mighty hand of God his father preached about. A young girl by the platform reached up for Jimmy's hands. She said, "I'm blind, but you can give me sight, I understand." He went into his same old act. He cried, begged, and prayed, not dreaming that a miracle was really on its way. Then a fiery shot went through his hands he never felt before, so strong that both Jimmy and the girl fell to the floor. She came up screaming, "Thank God I see again," while Jimmy cried there on his knees, confessing all his sins. For Jimmy never met up with the Lord face to face. He never felt the touch of His mighty saving grace. One night in West Virginia, he knew beyond a doubt, he felt the mighty hand of God his father preached about. Jimmy felt the mighty hand of God his father preached about. In an old hillside cabin, an old man was napping when a sharp pain came stabbing one day. The end sadly beckoned, he was sick, and he reckoned his last hours were ticking away. With his last strength he wrote his children a note, confessing the things he had done wrong. He said, "I thought you should know that I gave Jesus my soul. Now my love for you can live on. And I pray you all make it home." He wrote, "When I was much younger, I was mean to your mother. They say I'm what drove her to her grave. But now some old undertaker will haul me to my Maker. But my sins were all paid for today. day. With his last strength he wrote his children a note, confessing the things that he'd done wrong. He said, I thought you should know that I gave Jesus my soul. Now my love for you can live on, and I pray you all make it home. Oh, I pray you all make it home.
All right, great new music from Perley Curtis. The album is called At This Moment, and you can pick it up at perleysplace.com. And I would imagine, Perley, you have these on hand with you when you're playing in Nashville as well.
Yes, I do, yeah. I carry them with me in case somebody wants one.
Great. I wanted to talk a little bit about your career. You've worked with some great people. I know you played for Loretta Lynn for many years and Charlie Louvin. And tell me a little bit about some of those great folks.
Yeah, I worked with Loretta for almost 7 years, and I worked with Charlie, I think, a couple of years off and on. And, worked with a lot of the different opera people just here and there, over the years. But, these are all folks that I grew up listening to up in New England when I was a kid. And to actually fulfill a dream and to come here and actually be able to play behind these folks that I grew up listening to is just a dream come true, It's gone by quick. I can't believe I've been here almost 30 years.
Man, time
Been a
flies.
grinner. But I would say, I get a chance to work with Johnny Paycheck a couple of times, but Loretta was definitely a great gig to have. He was almost all steel guitar, so steel guitar's dream.
Yeah.
We did a 2-hour special, Live by Request it was called. That's not on anymore, but it was a 2-hour live show, and it was probably the best show that we ever did. If anybody can catch that, I'm sure they replay it now and then, but it was totally live for 2 hours. People would call in from all over the world and request songs, and it just came off really good.
How was Loretta to work with? Was she as down to earth as she seems?
Oh, yeah, she was a wonderful, wonderful lady to work with. Funny and just really sincere lady.
That's great.
And I never get tired of playing all her songs. It was just she had such great songs. I never get sick of it. So.
You mentioned steel guitar was so prevalent in her recordings, and she had so many signature licks, and you could tell the song by the steel intro,
Yes, yeah. And, the older artists, they were all like that. You could tell who they were before they started singing because they had their own sound, unlike today.
Yeah, I agree.
I shouldn't say that, but you know what I'm saying? They had the older artists, you knew who Hank Snow was when a song came on, or Hank Williams, and Ernest Tubb, Loretta. They just had their own sound,
Yep, absolutely, they did. And how was Charlie Louvin to work for? I know he was kind of an outspoken guy. Was he pretty easy to get along with?
Well, if he liked you, he was real good. But he liked me for some reason because I played dobro and he loved dobro, and he knew I really sincerely loved his music. I grew up listening to Louvin Brothers, and I guess he realized that. So we were really good friends, and he was just funny. I loved working with Charlie. He rented leased my bus one time, and we went on a West Coast trip for a whole month. We started in Kentucky and played shows all the way across the country to California, and then back, doing record shops and old theaters, and it was it was just a trip that I'll always remember. It was fun. We'd stay up, like the old times on the bus. We'd be singing, playing songs, and singing harmony. And I got to sing harmony with Charlie Louvin.
Man.
And him and his brother had some of the best music ever created. Just with that harmony. And so it was another dream come true. To be able to. I'm riding on my bus with Charlie Louvin singing harmony and singing all them old songs. It was just great.
Doesn't get no better than that. That's fantastic. I know Paycheck was a pretty good steel guitar player too.
Yeah, and actually I played a show with Paycheck where I was a steel player, and he would come over on the solo and stand right over me when I played. And boy, if that don't make you play, it either makes you play or make you give up. Yeah, he loved steel guitar, and just knowing that he knew how to play one, would really make you play good when he was hovering over you.
Well, we got one more song to talk about that we haven't played for our listeners yet, and it's called "I Know All About Her." Tell me about that song.
"I Know All About Her" is one of Bobby Reed's songs, and Bobby, I don't know how he can write so many different types of songs. They're all great, but that song is just the song. It's just a great song. I enjoyed doing it, but that one he had already had that one tracks on that song from years ago, and a lot of great players on it. So I just put my vocal on it, and it came out really good. And that's going to be one that's on my show also coming up. Tell
me a little more about Bobby Reed.
Bobby Reed is he's a talented songwriter, and he's just a humble guy that's one of these stories in the music business where he's had some bad breaks come up. He should be a millionaire, with the great songs he's written, but he just had, you sit down, talk to him, you hear some of the stories that he could tell you about some of the bad breaks, that he's had in the music business. That's the way it happens, but he's still writing, and in fact, I talked to him this morning. He was reading the song to me that he had just finished, and he wants to get together and try to write some stuff together. So I'm hoping he has somebody records one of the songs, makes it a big hit.
Well, folks, again, it's Perley'sPlace.com. Perley Curtis, brand new album at this moment. And you can pick up a copy of that on the website, or if you get a chance to see Perley performing live, make sure you get one. And a big shout out to our friends Pat Coyne and Kathy Coyne at Favor Media, who did the CD work for you.
Yes, yep. That's who I've been. He's been doing all my CDs here for a while, so he does a great job.
They sure do. And we're looking forward to the TV show, Perley's Place, and keep us posted on that, Perley, and let us know when it's going to air. We'll make sure to get that information out for everybody.
I will do that, Scott.
All right, and I know you've got some dates coming up with Mr. David Frizzell this year, and hope to see you out on the road again.
Yeah, I think he's got a few dates coming in on the books, and hopefully it'll open up this summer, and we'll be busy.
Man, I hope so. I wanted to ask too about your TV show taping. Is that an open to the public thing, or is it just a private thing?
Yes. It's going to be at the Nashville Palace, and they got that big, great, nice room in the back there, and big stage, and so I think anybody that wants to come is welcome to come and check it out. It's on March 4th. And I'm not sure the exact time we'll be taping. It'll probably be early, around 7 o'clock.
Perley, I wish you the very best. As always, it's a pleasure talking with you. I think the world of you, and hello to your beautiful family from all of us here. And we're looking forward to continuing to hear more from you and keep playing your great music on My Kind of Country.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate your time, giving me time, and to talk about my album, and we'll do it again soon.
All right, look forward to it. That's Perley Curtis. As we continue, we're going to play that last song for you right now, and it's from the album At This Moment, Perley Curtis. Here is I Know All About Her as we continue with My Kind of Country.
I know her brand of lipstick and the fragrance of the perfume that she wears. I know her favorite sweater and all the time it takes to fix her hair. I know her favorite movies and all the shows she watches on TV. I know all about her, I just don't know why she stopped loving me. I know her favorite singers and the words to all the songs she loves to hear. And I know that point of anger that she must reach before she'll ever swear. And I can name her favorite flower and all the places that she'd like to see. Yes, I know all about her, but I just don't know why she stopped loving me. I know all about her, I just don't know where it all went wrong. I know I can't live without her, 'cause I've been loving her much too long. I know all her hopes and dreams, all her little fads and fantasies. I know all about her, I just don't know why she stopped loving me. Yes, I know all about her, but I just don't know why she stopped loving me.